I'm Mitch Henck with some thoughts on politics in 2014. I think back to Jody Powell, who was once the communication director for Jimmy Carter. After losing to Ronald Reagan in 1980, he said, you know what's unfair? We have to placate women's groups and organized labor and minorities and environmentalists, and he doesn't. He can just divide and conquer and get 51%, and he wins. It's not fair. I think of 2014 in the Walker-Burke race, and I think of Act 10, which divided the state quite furiously, obviously. People who live outstate, I love that phrase, outstate, that means outside of Dane County. They would watch the news and they'd see protesters with the cowbells and the placards complaining about the cutbacks in Act 10, and they thought, what are they complaining about? They have a better deal than I have. They have better retirement, better health care. So we had Wisconsinites jealous of each other. They had envy. They turned on each other. But there's no way that Walker wins the recall by 7 points without Democrats crossing over. In fact, polls show he has about 30% of union members who looked to their neighbors and they were envious of the deal they had, probably saw them as whining Dane County elitists. So divide and conquer can work. Some of those union members who now, instead of paying union dues, use that money to buy a new snowblower. People do vote economic interest. For Mary Burke to win this race, she has to get more than just her diehard anti-Walker hordes. She has to get some people who will vote on the competency question. She has to be a pro-business Democrat who can solve real problems. She can shake up the education establishment to get better results and try to address the real achievement gap needs and get to that 51% that Jimmy Carter and Jody Powell dreamed about. Otherwise, the wounds have not healed, and people have memories of going to a ball game or walking down the street and having a petition gatherer say, have you signed yet? Have you signed yet? And people would say, I already signed, just to get them out of their face. No, things are fresh. Just like Packer fans who didn't like Brett Favre, who didn't miss a game in 16 years, but who put on purple, they hated Brett Favre. Burke has to get around that and try to bring this state together so she can get a majority. It's going to be a tough road, but it can be done. And that's my 2 cents. And my 2 minutes are brought to you by Weedman, Babe's Sports Grill, Greenbush Bakery, Capital Consultants, and Edge Construction, where they can do your bathroom, your staircase, your kitchen, and make it just like home. Mike Tuig at Edge Construction knows what he's doing. He's good with a hammer and some nails. And I'll see you next time.